And welcome back to Cinema Vino. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. This is going to be an off week for us, so we're going to start off next week with our series of sweatiest movies ever made in honor of August and the waning days of summer. So we're going to look forward to a lot of either legal thrillers or movies deep in the jungle, but some good stuff will be coming up with our sweaty series. In the meantime, we're going to go back to an episode almost exactly 3 years ago this week that we did for Demolition Man. So it's a guilty pleasure favorite, cult classic from the 90s. So enjoy our review of Demolition Man. And welcome back to Cinema Vino. We got Travis Bud.
Cinemaniac.
Is that Jabba the Hutt?
No, that was my. That was like my evil Santa. That was my evil Santa intro.
I like it. And that's Tay.
Yo,
Sean.
hey,
And my name is Todd.
it is.
So tonight we're talking about Demolition Man. This is going to be our Gap movie.
Booyah!
We got some notes over here. We are drinking Artisan Zinfandel. This is going to be a wine that I picked that would go with Mexican food, a la Taco Bell. So Red Zin goes well with spicy cuisine, and I feel like this would be a great like Mexican pizza pair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to pick up Taco Bell for us to actually eat. Just a single hard shell beef taco.
Mm-hmm.
There was a line, and the person in front of that line with Taylor and I did not know what he wanted. And he was wearing a fancy hat. It looked like he was going to take a while.
Well, with all the options at Taco Bell,
I know.
it's hard to know what to order.
Yeah,
this was his first time, it seemed like.
Can we just go around the room and say what our
2
Taco
cheesy
Bell
gordita
orders are?
crunches.
Mexican
Thank you.
pizza.
Man, I don't really know. It's all the same thing, just in different form.
Exactly.
What do you order?
If I usually like their the $1 beefy cheese burritos, whatever they are. Like the cheaper the better.
I think you throw around those 3 words in any order, you'll get 3 different things.
Exactly. Yeah. So I need the cheesy, beefy $1 thing, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna put cheese in this. It's like, okay.
I'm also a 2 cheesy
part
gordita cruncher.
rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
2 cheesy gordita crunch, potentially with the Doritos shell.
That is good. That is very good.
Loco.
Good variant.
I also like the 12 Cinnabons. Those are just money in the bank. Also, a Mexican pizza, if those are on the menu.
Which they weren't the last time we looked.
Yeah. No.
They
damn
should be
shame.
back.
I thought they were back.
Sometime in September.
They're back. Okay.
They said.
So
September?
Yeah.
September-ish.
So, and this is going to be TMI for you listeners, but I'm going to be honest, Taco Bell goes through me faster than Jamaican bobsled team.
I think everything.
It is full speed. I'm going to need more than 3 seashells, by the way. I'm going to need like...
yeah, that's a 4.
that's a 10 seashell.
Yeah.
10 seashell.
Seashell alarm.
Yeah, say that 3 times.
Well, and like,
Not if you use them correctly.
and that's how I was thinking. If it's 3 shells, I figure one's big,
Mhm.
you get a medium and a small. But with T-Bell, you gonna need at least 5.
Mhm.
It's like you got to have the big scoop and loop.
So do you have to ask the manager for more seashells in that
Yes.
scenario?
Yeah.
So anyway.
They'll throw them in like they do mild sauce. They just sort of like take a handful and just toss it.
I need a big sack of seashells, please. Demolition Man came out October 8th, 1993. So that was 29 years ago. For those of you who are wondering at home, this had a rumored budget of $75 million.
Rumored budget?
Well, it's like I've seen figures 50 million, 60 million, 75 million. I tend to believe the 75 just because at the time that was rumored to be a very expensive movie.
I mean,
And
It looked expensive.
It looks expensive. Yeah, they blew up a lot of shit. And there's a lot of like obvious built sets, like the museum with the underground, like 90s Los Angeles. That stuff is expensive to make and then destroy. Plus, it's like you make it with the idea that you can only destroy it once.
Right.
So, that stuff obviously costs a lot of money to get done the right way.
But then again, they had the Taco Bell money tie-in, but in other countries, it wasn't always Taco Bell.
Really?
I think it was, I don't want to say it was McDonald's, but it was other food chains in different markets.
It's like A&W and Long John Silver's.
I'm sure.
Also going to need a lot of seashells for that.
yeah.
So Sylvester Stallone, at this point, his career was on a brief upswing after the movie Cliffhanger. I got to remember the movie Cliffhanger.
Was Judge Dredd
I
after this?
will kill you because I actually love Cliff.
I do too.
I love that movie.
I do too. Michael Rooker and John Lithgow with his terrible British accent.
Oh my God, that is but it's also, he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Yeah.
Terribly pulls it off where I'm like, it is so bad, I have to keep listening to him.
What was Sylvester Stallone's character's name? I can't remember because the bad guy says it throughout the whole movie. It's like, Walker, get over here.
I will say, Stallone, I forgot his name in this movie. He actually has always had some good names in this movie.
He always has.
Always had good names.
You mean we get to kill John Spartan?
Yeah, John Spartan.
John Spartan and Simon Phoenix. Like, find better names.
Solid sci-fi names.
Honestly, most of the budget went into finding the best names for characters.
Yeah, they had to hire
and rehashing old like Mad Max uniforms for Simon Phoenix.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes was hot from Major League, Rising Sun, Passenger 57. He had a big hot streak going. A lot of famous people in the supporting cast. You'll recognize, obviously, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Leary, Benjamin Bratt, Bob Gunton, who played the warden in Shawshank Redemption, is bald in this movie.
Yep.
And then Rob Schneider.
And also
Jay Blay.
Who?
Jack Black.
No.
Briefly, yeah.
What? Oh, yeah, briefly, yeah. And at the very beginning, he was Roger Bedactor in Ace Ventura. He was in this too. At the very beginning of the film, when they walk in, he was a police officer, but he was in Ace Ventura.
Was he the younger version of the old cop at the end, like the black guy that John Spartan recognizes?
No.
The helicopter.
No. It was a total like this.
That was one of the FBI guys. I think in Die Hard.
It
was.
It was one of the Agent Johnsons.
Yeah, he was in there, but this is like from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. He was like, it was like a random character. It was the guy that got killed. I mean, he was so small in that role. Also small in this one, and I was like, man,
he got killed in 1996 before the cryo freeze, or
no, he was just
in Demolition Man.
He was a current cop in Demolition Man. Like when they were like walking in, he was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "You were from Ace Ventura." I was like, "It's like, man, you are not doing well," because I think that came out 2 years later, and it was like, you have not moved up.
You might recognize Nigel Hawthorne, who was in a movie called The Madness of King George, for which he was nominated for an Oscar. He played King George III, who was the King of England during the American Revolution.
He played Reverend Cocteau?
Yes, he was the principal big bad. A plot will feel familiar to anybody who's seen Austin Powers. In an ugly near future dystopia for 1993, you see a burned out LA.
No, 1996.
Well, I mean, it was
filmed in
93.
Yeah. It was a near future for 93.
Yeah.
A dystopian, like almost there future, because
what year did Austin Powers come out?
97. So this was filmed right after the LA riots, so it's kind of capturing that feeling of the time where it was like, LA was like falling completely apart. Rogue cop John Spartan, played by his own rules, is sent to capture a psycho killer named Simon Phoenix. Wesley Snipes, who I wrote in my review, has a Dennis Rodman hairdo and a pair of overalls from Blossom. The two of them in the first act square off like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, but Spartan's attempts to get Simon Phoenix go bad. Both men are punished by being put into cryo freeze. So then you flash forward to 2032, which is now 10 years from now, in a kind of proto-fascist future where everybody's passively aggressively belligerent to each other.
Nice by law.
Yeah, it's like a enforced niceness is everywhere.
And do they also not use contractions? It reminded me of Data. I don't think they use don't or can't.
Yeah,
you cannot. It's very
language is very regulated.
Yeah. They also say joy feels.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's how the entire like world felt to me. It's like, it's not joy, but it's joy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like they have filtered stuff like contractions out of the language. It's like, it's a very like pure, like antiseptic way of speaking. Like I said, it's like how an android would speak. So it's a matter of time, Phoenix is going to bust out Austin Powers style and rampage. And then Austin Powers style, they have to get the one guy who can catch him out of cryo freeze as well. So, basically it sets up that conflict in the future where these two guys are going to take this. The way I described it in the review is like if you go into somebody's house, everybody's been in those houses where they're almost too clean. They're almost like the house is too nice. That's the future. Yeah.
Where you don't want to sit down because am I going to mess up the couch?
Every blade of grass seems a little too perfect, So these two guys are basically...
Has somebody had a virtual orgasm on this couch and then it was cleaned up, maybe?
Yeah, they're wearing their headphones.
Almost guaranteed.
Their VR.
Yeah.
So Bland Society run by...
She gave him a towel.
Jesus. Bland Society is run by Cocteau, who's played by Hawthorne, and I described it as George Orwell or H.G. Wells with a hint of Gene Roddenberry. So Phoenix and Spartan square off against each other, and yada yada. You can probably predict it from here if you've seen any 90s action movies. So I've got my thoughts. I'm kind of curious to hear yours. I'll start with Sean.
I love how bad this movie is. Like,
was this your first time?
No, absolutely not. No, I had seen this movie plenty of times before, but I always in my mind, I always thought like, oh man, that's such a bad movie, but it's like an enjoyable bad movie. Watching it again, I'm like, no, this is straight up fun.
Oh, it is.
But almost not on purpose. Like, I don't know. There's something about it that's so charming and just awkward. Like it's hard to draw the line between what was awkward on purpose and what was awkward because the story was written in such a weird way, and like the set design is so weird, and like they put him in a bunch of like tires as his outfit. I don't know. Like this movie, I kind of confuse sometimes with another movie where Stallone plays a cop aided by Rob Schneider, Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Another great movie that's also awkwardly good but bad. I don't know. It's just like there's everything about this. I love to watch, even though it's not good. And I don't have a good way to describe it.
Yeah, it's like the goodness and badness of it are almost like an MC Escher drawing where you can't tell if it's going up or down.
It's complimentary. It's endearing. It's like I will watch this every time. Like this is a movie that if it comes on, I'm going to watch Demolition Man. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's one of those that has like a cult following for that reason.
Yeah.
But everything about this movie is fun. Yep. It's weird. It's just a weird movie.
It is. Yeah.
It's magnificently weird. It's weird in a good way.
Yeah, but not like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory weird. Like it's like I can't look away. I don't know. It's so hard to put into words like why I like this movie.
It's strange.
To where like this kind of falls into one of those like, is this a bad movie? Is this a good movie? Mm-hmm. It's that perfect gray area. It's that perfect little valley of like, as the score goes down, enjoyment sort of goes up for a little bit, and then it goes skyrockets down. This is on that upswing.
Yeah, it would be a weird Venn diagram of like campy satire, over the top 80s action, like comedy, and then like a typical Stallone movie. This movie is in a weird area where they all meet and make a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a weird Venn diagram that you would have to make for this movie.
100%. Yeah. And it's like, it has like the action elements, like, the Stallone shoot 'em up cop, but it's in like this weird, sterile, comical environment where he's not allowed to have a gun.
Yeah.
So he just has to, kick butt with these random, I don't know.
Rods.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's like, it's almost like there's a message here of like, oh, this is like fascism. This is bad. But it's like, John, like Stallone is a shoot 'em up cop who like shoots first and asks questions later. Like he's also a fascist.
Yeah. It's interesting. There's a weird, like I say, I don't know if it was intentional or not. There's a weird undercurrent of social and political commentary in this movie.
Oh yeah,
it's very strange.
It's almost like it's the libertarian swing of Dennis Leary's character being like, I want to eat cholesterol. Yeah. I want to be able to swear. And like, it's like
he wants me to walk around the streets naked with Jell-O on him, reading a Playboy. Mm-hmm. That was very specific.
Because
I was like, hold on. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've all been there. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's
this is Oklahoma.
I mean, when we recorded last week,
bacon and buckets of cheese. Yeah. We're all there.
Yeah.
He in that moment, he was all of us.
Yeah. I think
we are Dennis Leary. That is.
While I love that monologue, I feel like it really kind of muddles the message of the movie. It also, it's like, yes, that is like kind of the plot is like, you can have fun and still be safe. And it's weird to juxtapose it against like you said, the 1992 LA riot.
The Rodney King time period.
Yeah. So I don't know. it's weird, and I think if you look too closely at the movie, you lose,
you go
lose side of the
cross-eyed.
Yeah, you go real cross-eyed, but I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
1 to 10.
7.5.
I think that's where I was at when it comes down to that movie. It's like, if the times I've seen it before, because I know Travis is always trying to push these fucking movies on me. and I remember seeing it one time, I'm like, I don't get it. And I'm not even sure, I'm not even sure if I finished it when I was watching with Travis, but this is stupid. And I've watched it so many times since, maybe not even all the way through. But every time I'm like, oh, it's not a bad movie. Whatever. But I think today, even when I was like rewatching, I was like, wow, this movie isn't like my favorite movie. But damn, it's actually good.
Yeah.
Like there were little things I was picking out, and especially as I get older, I was like, I feel like some of these movies were like, you don't. I have so many questions I need to answer. And I'm like, what were you trying to do? Like, were you trying to be a dead serious movie?
Mm-hmm.
Or were you trying to make fun of what you think the future will be like? Because there were so many, to me, comedic things. I'm like, were they trying to be funny?
Yes.
I was like, and I was like, is this what they were trying to do? But even like the serious stuff, I was like, get out of here. I was like, no. I was like, that's too much.
Yeah.
But I guess ultimately, I did like it. Sandra Bullock, I thought was very, was she the comedic relief almost?
Yeah.
In this, it was like, I told Travis,
And
it was
Benjamin Bratt.
yeah, Benjamin, yeah, that is, oh damn. What else was he? I just forgot. I just blanked on what he was in that I was going to comment on. Just like not paying attention to this movie sometimes, just putting it on as background noise. But, like her one-liners, which were a ton of one-liners, but she was like, oh man. She was like, yeah, you totally licked his ass. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, what did she just say? And then it was like, and later on, but I like how everyone's just, and like everyone's so nonchalant about it. And she was like, yeah, we're just going to go blow him. And I was like, wait, what? And like, even Stallone's like, blow him away.
Hey.
Yeah. And I was like, what? What is happening? I was like, and these were things I never picked up on. I'm like, these are actually hilarious.
Yeah.
He's finally matched his meat.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a new shepherd in town. Take this job and shovel it.
I actually prefer that.
Yeah.
I prefer that phrase. I would rather use that.
But ultimately, I will say I've probably always disliked this movie, but I will say this movie has been, which some of these ones we've reviewed is like a fine wine. They've somehow, this movie is actually getting better every time I see it. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and to me, like when I watch this film, I just have so many questions. I'm like, when the fuck was that director doing behind there? And he was like, all right, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to know is like, was he trying to be serious? Cause like the whole time I take it as like Wesley Snipes just violently overacting, like violently. I'm like, is he okay?
Yeah.
I was like, who told him to act this way? It was like, this just seems he's overacting, but it works. It was like, it works with the character. And I'm like, this is just so odd. And
like when he's trying to pull the trigger and he just can't, and he's just like overacting, just like aggressively trying to shoot him and he can't.
And it's just so weird to me. But I hate to say it, like it's grown on me big time. Yeah. And so I'm kind of 7.5 maybe for me. It was like, but I also just like, I will say, I mean, who knows? In 2 years, we might revisit this film.
This is going to be a 9.
It might be a 9.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, cause it's just
this might be a 5-star movie before we know it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I did like it.
Just real quick, in the 90s, was there like an immense fear that LA was going to be earthquaked off the planet?
Yes.
Still.
Yeah.
Because like this movie, Escape from LA, like it's a big plot point that LA had the big earthquake.
Yeah.
And basically just like
Superman movie.
Yeah.
That Lex Luthor's buying all the land east of the San Andreas Fault. And he's like, everything's going to
earthquake off. Yeah. Did we just collectively forget that LA is on a fault line? Like, as a society, did we just give up on like...
No. The Rock.
The Rock did not forget.
Nor did Alexandra Daddario.
Oh.
Or the other gal who was the Spy Kids parent. What was it? Her name was in Sin City. Carla Gugino, who was the wife in that Rock movie.
Carla Gugino? How do you say her name?
Gugino?
I didn't know. There's a lot of G's in there, so.
I don't know. She's making it hot.
Juggino.
She was in Son-in-Law.
Hey, it's Carla Gugino.
Son-in-law?
Yeah.
She was. That's right. With Pauly Shore. Yeah. That's back when he was the Weasel.
God.
But she was in the first Sin City. She was Marv's, like...
Hold on. What was she in Son-in-Law? That was Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
What?
No, that was Carla.
No, yeah.
Gugino.
But like the person that he lived with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Trav.
Guys, I
Take a seat.
I don't want to upset anybody.
Take a seat. This is going to be a good one.
This is damn near a 10 out of 10 film for me. All right. So there's so many things I have questions about, like the verbal morality. You can't cuss in this, and they keep coming up with it. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucking hate this, but it's so cool. Mm-hmm. This was one of the first movies that was an R-rated movie that my parents let me rent from Blockbuster. That's how old this is. I didn't see it in theaters, but I was very excited to be able to watch this on VHS several times and pause it when nipples were involved.
Oh, like the inexplicable scene where just like a naked woman pops up on the screen. They never cut back to that.
No,
that was literally just they're like, we need boobs in the second act.
It's like Die Hard when McClane's running through the top floor and there's just like topless porn. Yeah,
but I know there's a whole like meme site from areas where they're like, oh my God, Demolition Man is less of a movie and more of a prophetic film that predicts the future and I did not revisit the site, but just random shit of technology like FaceTime, tablets, self-driving cars, and I don't know, secure phone. Is that a thing? No clue.
Yeah.
But I loved Sandra Bullock in this because she was such a fan of the 90s. Mm-hmm. She had like a Lethal Weapon.
No, just to the 20th century. Whole 20th century.
Which is the same producer, Joel Silver, that did that movie as this one. Same guy.
And she had the Batman and Joker in her office. She had so many other like little things that she was a big, like obviously a Jackie Chan fan, apparently.
Sylvester Stallone's best friend.
She learned how to kick. Oh,
Governor Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
President Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. President Schwarzenegger. Damn it. There was one other joke I forgot to write down about, but the fact that she was such a huge fan, and then just little quirks about like the radios that they listen to, like
that was
would play show jingles, like Oscar Mayer, Hot Dogs, and like
this is my favorite one.
Yeah, just random shit like that. And then when they're she's like, "Would you like to have sex?" Virtual sex. She puts on the theme for the Love Boat,
which is awesome.
Yeah. Just great. And let's see, what else do I have here? When they're doing random, like, future things, I love the slang that they come up with. So they have, like, be well, happy, joy feelings, enhance your calm. My personal favorite, and one I use day to day, is your boggle. What seems to be your boggle? Greetings and salutations. Be well.
That's a very passive aggressive way to greet somebody.
Yeah.
So
be well.
There's kind of an under the radar belligerence when you tell somebody to be well. That's almost like telling somebody to calm down. It's like there's kind of a passive aggressive, like, and they don't touch. They just kind of like air high five or whatever. Say be well.
I think that, honestly,
you exchanging fluids.
Yeah. It was like one of the greatest. It might have been the first meme I ever actually saw. But it was something like, in the history of mankind, no one who has been told to calm down has ever calmed down. And I'm like, and I'll never forget that. That might have been the first meme I ever actually saw. I'm like, damn, that's true as shit. Mm-hmm. It's like no one's ever, calm
be
down.
Well, be fucked.
Yeah.
Just randomly was like, is it cold in here? I'm like, good line. Wow. There's at least one
Enjoy
line.
the rest of your life.
There's other lines of it that refer to other movies, and I can't remember for the life of me. I was like, oh shit, I should write that down.
Yeah.
I started writing shit down after that.
So what would you give it 1 to 10?
God damn, I'm going to say an 8. Like in the world of action films, and I want to say higher, but I'm worried that you guys will judge me.
I won't judge you.
No, I'm going to go straight 8.
It can be a 10.
I'm not judge, jury, and executioner.
Look,
that is a different movie where he is judge, jury.
This is no Die Hard for me, but it's close.
Yeah.
Like, I am extremely biased, and I love this film.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually am in the same boat as Taylor. I remember thinking it was okay when I saw it as a kid, and it's gotten better since then. I've definitely upgraded my rating of it over time. And I'm like Sean, it's a blurry line of what they were intending to do. I write in my review, this movie is the ultimate seamless alchemy of smart and stupid in one movie. It's almost difficult to tell where the smart ends and the stupid begins. It works very effectively as a satire of old school, like 80s, 90s action movies, because it's like it takes Stallone, who is one of the ultimate icons of those action movies, and it puts him in a future where he is neutered. He can't touch people. He can't fight. He can't cuss. He can't fuck. Can't do anything. It's like, so basically it's like he can't do anything. And it's like he has to cuss to get toilet paper to go take a shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I like that we get to see his O face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just what we all wanted to see all this time. It also has,
if I can interrupt, I did remember my one last thing. Simon Phoenix, when he's in the museum to grab guns, he goes over to start filling his backpack and he looks at the mannequin and he says, "Excuse me, Rambo." And he starts grabbing shit. I did not catch that as a kid. I caught it then.
Yeah. A lot of meta references to stuff. It's very aware. And I think it was, this movie makes a reference to Schwarzenegger, and then Last Action Hero, which is another satirical action movie, makes a reference to Stallone. So they kind of traded like jokes, but it definitely has, I don't know, again, if it's intended or not. It was co-written by a guy named Daniel Waters, who wrote the movie Heathers, which was a satire of teen movies. But it has that social commentary of how far would we trade freedom for security? You know, it's like, would we trade in our freedom to be safe? Which became very relevant after 9/11. But it's like, you look at a future in this movie where people have basically given up everything. They're safe. There's seemingly no crime, seemingly no poverty. There's no cuss words.
Yeah.
But there's no freedom. There's no individuality at all. It's all been filtered out of society.
But how good did that rat burger look?
I know, and he loved it.
Yeah.
He ate every bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
Best burger he had in
With
years.
his gloves on.
I mean,
Carne de rata.
it reminds me of the bat they eat in Three Amigos. Where it's like, I would eat that bat.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
We're talking about movies we quote all the time. I realize I quote Demolition Man every day.
Yeah.
Because my dad is usually talking about squirrels outside, and one or the other of us will go, "Barata?" I realize I quote it every day.
The rat burger.
Barata?
But yeah, I would say this is a solid 7 out of 10. I write in my review, this might be Stallone's most underrated movie.
I would say so.
I don't like it as much as Judge Dredd.
Put a pin in that until we get to Over the Top later this month.
Oh, it is a fine film.
It ages like a fine peach wine.
God, and
I
honestly, the fact that you picked it makes me want to lick your face. It's so good. And again, I have never seen Cliffhanger all the way through.
Oh my!
Oh, we have to watch that sometime then.
I'm excited to watch that.
This is a Stallone podcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
What's the Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze movie that we're about to watch?
Point Break.
I've also never seen that.
Oh, you're in for
Do you watch movies?
I mean, in for a treat.
Good ones.
Hey, I mean, my wife is afraid of heights, so I'm curious to watch Cliffhanger with her and see how that goes.
Yeah. You said you were going to watch Demolition Man with her, too. You're a lying sack of shit.
Yeah, we couldn't fit it in. We tried.
And that's what she said.
Hey-o.
All right.
So, but one more time around, we're drinking the formula.
Oh,
and then we're actually doing that one for the next podcast we're doing, which will be Man of the House.
But before we wrap this up, just real quick, everybody, 3 seashells, how do you think they work?
You use 2 like chopsticks. You pinch the poop out, and then the third scoops up the rest.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I was thinking, big, medium, small. It's just 1 scoop, 2nd scoop, and that 3rd scoop gets everything out.
Yeah.
Whoopsie-doo.
I think so.
Trav?
Yeah, I've also, I saw the meme where it was
Chopsticks?
like,
Right, the chopstick
you use
thing,
2 to pull and pull,
But I mean,
and then the 3rd is a scrape.
but they're all eating
It's
Taco
weird.
Bell.
Yeah.
So there ain't nothing to pull out. Yeah.
Exactly.
But also, you saw like the tray that they were being served at Taco Bell. It was,
And also,
that's the poo-poo plat.
well, and also with those robes,
Oh,
You can hide it pretty easily.
It doesn't matter what they were served at Taco Bell. It's the same 3 ingredients, just presented a different way.
that's true.
I agree.
I mean, I always kind of envisioned that each one would emit like a different, like one emits water, one emits heat, and one is like a blower to blow dry or something. I don't know.
But I just
Are you thinking of Captain Planet?
So one is like a blow dryer. One is, or one is like
You
a
got
jet
your
stream.
water, your fire, your wind.
Yeah.
what's going on in this bathroom stall?
Yeah.
Well,
Hot.
everything except Earth.
Yeah,
You're
provide
dropping
the
Earth.
Earth.
You're dropping Earth.
But it's like, I figure you use 2 of them to use the third one to listen to the ocean. Like, you
Yeah.
up to your ear and you can hear like the ocean sound.
Oh, that's
You
possible.
better make sure you're grabbing the right seashell.
Exactly.
Hold up to your ear.
You're going to hear the wrong thing.
All right, wrap it up, Tom.
Okay, so Artisan Zinfandel goes well with Taco Bell, goes well with Mexican food. It's very fruit forward, higher in alcohol, classic California Zen. So give it a try. It's around $18 a bottle.
Yeah,
so
likey.
not bad at all.
Yeah.
But that's been another episode of Cinema Vino, and we thank you guys very much.
Be well.
Be well.
Hey, not with a bang, but with a whimper.
I just got one question. What is up with the 3 seashells?
And so we will see you guys next time.
Be sure to listen, rate, and subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Our website is at cinemavino.net, and reviews of these movies can be found at toddwoffordmovies.com.